All right, all right, all right, all right. Superb. Got an excellent connection. Good stream settings. All right. Stream health. Stream is healthy, not poor. Groovy. What am I working on? This has been a real pain since this morning. What am I working on? Well, let me show you this first. This is going to set the stage. Chorus. Uh, you know, um, Chorus is a platform that does what Atlassian Answers used to do. Um, and there are other kind of help or community forums, product centric community forums out there. A lot of times it's an in-house thing. Sometimes it's a platform. Um, you can see by the title here, maybe where I'm trying to go. When Atlassian switched over from Answers to Community, they re-platformed, right? So Chorus is a service. They've got a lot of customers. eBay uses them. It's community.ebay.com, just like Atlassian. Um, mm, 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 mm. Same idea, same organization. Let's get Atlassian community. My fingers have had more coffee than protein today. We'll get in there. We'll get in there eventually. Okay. Products. Product categories. Right. Different name, same organization. Even same API. Uh, same API. And I have been. I gotta edit that. I don't want to rename the API, but I want to edit the description. Well, anyway, because it's well, you can see here where maybe what the issue is here. They both use the same API, same version of the API, and after realizing there wasn't a Swagger file I could just work with, um, after finding and getting some decent preliminary results from my Google Sheet, I wanted to do something more um, aggressive with these data. And so, see my GPTs. I put this together, which is a GPT that can use the API and talk to Chorus, bring back um, questions. So if I wanted to, yeah, here are some questions that have most views that have no replies, that contain your cloud migration assistant automation. I can search in here and I can get back some good good results, right? But I think that's less preferable to something like this, where I can get the JSON back and see. This is really being a drag. Let me just load this. If the API is responding, then we'll get it. So this is the same, basically the same set of results we can get back from community in the interface. This gives us the raw data. And you'll see something in here that looks like SQL, and it's the Lithium query language. I guess so. Koros is kind of a rebranding of some evolving other products, Lithium, and some other, I guess another platform. Not too clear on the lineage. Regardless, there's an API that gives us back all of this good stuff. Subject, the body, the full body of the message. Real nice. The search snippet, which is a condensed version. And what I like about this is I can find and do some keyword matching in my spreadsheet. That's what is happening here. In this final column, we've got a little classifier that runs and checks, searches keywords, groups of keywords and synonyms, and does a little tagging. So if you have a particular product focus or some language you're looking for, you could do synonym analysis this way. You could look for competitor insights. So what do we have here? A change control project. Yeah, so change control is one of our flagged, or one of our keywords for configuration management. And this is all simply powered in here in this function to classify the text. So here we have our different keyword groups. I've got some keywords in here for various kind of categories: config management, backup, user feedback, restore, sandbox, and automation. You can get kind of granular here. What I like is you have sort of two sides of a coin, backup and restore. While they may talk about a similar life cycle, similar actions, they have different implications and may have some context relevant keywords that help differentiate between the two different phases. Import. This is a standard script. I should probably use the most up-to-date version of this, but this is a standard JSON parsing script for Google Sheets, and that's what fetches or powers the data retrieval. I think they are getting grumpy with me, but you must be patient while it's fetched. Make a copy. You're welcome to this sheet. I can share. Get the link. Pop it in chat. Hey, that's cool stuff. Dude. 6800. Gotcha. I'll stream 6800. So there's a little readme here. These are two good links, which I will also copy into the chat. There are two URLs. They're stacked up on top of each other. So thanks, Tyler T. Shout out to you. Kudos to you, buddy. Well, do you not get them? So we can view. Kudos. There we go. A little difficult to navigate, which is why I made this gosh darn tool. Okay, back to where we were. Sorry, it's about lunchtime. I've had more coffee than protein for sure today. Let's go back. Many tags, right? There are many tags, over 16,000 tags. You can tag for whatever, right? I can just go wild with tags, which is why the API is so cool. You can go deep. You can have operators and you can query large sets of messages, right? 1,000 at a time with offsets. And so, yeah, you can go sign up. You do have to sign up for the Chorus developer program to get access. But then you have access to the API reference. Okay, good stuff. API reference. And you can also, so where's the REST API doc? Trying to go full circle here. So search. This information on the search API messages, categories, messages. Where's the messages? Search messages. Searching messages. This is kind of where things get interesting. This bot, this GPT, has been trained on the Chorus dev docs around the query language. It's been trained on the search API, and it has been enabled with search with this Swagger file, right? So this doc is the specification for the API, what it can do, what it can reach out and query for. This is the simplest one I can come up with. They can become far more complex and have more complex examples even. But this GPT can search and retrieve data. I'm going to authenticate here, or allow it to connect, because there's no auth required for Atlassian Community. So I can get these questions back in my GPT, and I can instruct it with modified queries. I can have it analyze the summary or the body. I can do sentiment analysis here. I can investigate or do some discovery on the issues, and potentially go back into community and find resolutions. But what I like most about this is I can talk to another GPT that I've trained on product information. Oops. I can get Chompy enlisted here, because Chompy knows about cloud, really knows all there is to know about cloud from the public support docs. So we've got an informed answer here coming back from Chompy, not some random hallucination. And so I've been playing around with this a little bit, offering some solutions based on what I've been given back from Chompy and the A9 Chorus Community Bot Team Edition. Because, like we talked about early in the broadcast, many other companies use Chorus, including your favorite auction site, and if you shake your phone and send feedback or report a technical problem, you'll report a technical problem. You'll be doing something similar to what we're trying to cover here. The team I worked on at eBay was responsible for that feature, offering the opportunity to send feedback from the app back to the product team. And what I want to do here is look at a different layer of the onion. where the public information floats around, the, the miasma around the user, what the user can report and what the user can know, and hopefully narrow the problem scope down to something that can either be addressed by that or has some sort of gap, and a much clearer picture of what that gap is. Um, let's see. Oh, let's just do this. Do you have thoughts about any others? So, I mean, I think this is cool. I think this is beneficial. Um, I think it adheres to the guidelines, which, again, are part of its instructions. Being a good citizen, and we literally don't go in and copy paste. We are looking at product documentation and going beyond the user's surface request. How do I do the wrong thing? And look at the kind of broader picture and the implications, and try to solve things without going um, down the road of introducing another add-on or a custom field or additional complexity. We kind of strip things back a bit when possible, at least in the instructions. It's Florida, and there are mosquitoes because they have the windows open and the doors. It's a beautiful day. Which also explains the background. So, I am going to go for a bit more. That's Chompy and the bot. Um, that's the spec file. That's the sheet. I just save and close, I guess. I still don't get my results here. I might have to. I might have to hang it up on this. Well, what does this do? What does this do? Let's look at the. Let's look at the sheet, the app sheet. This is pretty cool too, I think. We all like our cards. We like our card views of the stuff. And that's what we've got here. This is AppSheet, a Google acquisition. If you've never seen it or used it, it's probably hiding out in your Google Sheets toolbar. It gives you a pretty configurable um, little tool, some predefined elements um, for this purpose. It's great. It's just showing me the same content as right now. It's just in the demo sheet, the static sheet. But it had been, it was working great on the live Jira data. It's just so picky. Uh, so you can kind of do the same thing here. And what I like about this is it's got my classifier field, um, and you can also kind of do the same thing up here. So I found a flaw in my classifier. might not be using the concatenated fields. It should be doing that by now. But you can do that. You can search, you can filter by other, really anything that's returned back from the SQL, um, including the queries, all the queries. I don't, let's see, custom tag, let's see, Jira, no. Close that, please. I think the search this way is also faster than the search from community, more effective. You can have multiple views too. You can do graphs and charts and things. This is just all a means to an end. This is all about providing better, faster, sleeker ways to access richer data. If we were pulling, I think we could even get like a screenshot attachments back and do some image analysis for whatever purpose. What's where to go next? What's this all about? Yeah, so it just brings us back here. And again, these are all unanswered. These are all unanswered. This is only 1,000, right? It's a heap, and this is not even. These aren't even old. So my hope is by removing the bottleneck between request and structured knowledge, we can all be the change, play as a team, don't F the customer, etc. And this is no BS. This is open as it can be. I've got my sharing everything I could possibly share. I've even gone so far, if you're on a treasure hunt, I've gone so far as to share the prompt and instructions for Chompy and the basic community bot. So find me on community if you want to. Give me those kudos because I'm looking for them. And what else can I say? Going to team. Boom. And that's about it. I'm coming up on noon. I think I agreed to do this for 1 hour. Or I planned to do it for 1 hour. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Where is it? What did I do? Boom. And what did I? Friends. I was gonna do it for an hour. I'll still be doing it for an hour. Let me. Where is it? Is that it? Bear with me, y'all. I don't do this every day. I just don't do this every day. Push the button one. Well, there we go. Just in case anybody tries to come in, they're gonna be fine. I've got a Trello board for this thing, and seriously, I want your feedback. I want your feedback. I want your bugs. I want your wish list. Um, Even if your wish is to stop, I'm not gonna stop. Oh, I'm not gonna stop. Um, there are a lot of people doing this. Um, People have done this in front of me. Maybe people will do this in back of me. Atlassian AI, could be doing this. But for whatever reason, it's really close to the money, I guess, to the revenue, and necessarily GPUs aren't cheap. Electricity's not cheap, and if you're renting them, oh my gosh, yeah. Let me get the right window going here again. So you see, it's a good thing what we're doing. What's going on here? Okay. So let's see, what else can I think of a wish list? No, I can't. User insights. I don't even know exactly what that means. I wish I had been more specific. I heard about that from some PMs, right? Griping about, excuse me while I play some tennis. Descriptive user stories are essential, and cards are no different. So Koros is pretty effective, I guess, in bringing people together, developing a community and a rewards system. I have been, well, I guess just over the last couple of days, been spending time focusing on challenges and completion, Uh, yeah, really since Friday. eBay doesn't do this, as far as I'm aware, with their community. Um, they just rely on knowledge and a little bit of, you know, uh, a little bit of informed, a little bit of informed postulation. Anybody, especially eBay, anybody who is a Koros customer is looking at customer language for things that sound like bugs, things that sound like product problems, or advantages over a competitor that they can cement as product, as a feature, as policy. Uh, and where it comes from, quite frankly, is, as I can attest from professional experience working with the product teams at eBay who own that process. Uh, it's in this verbatim language. What the customer says, what the customer thinks, how they think about the product, the terminology they gravitate toward. Um, that's where you find your true believers, the users who are delighted, right? How do you know they're delighted? Not just from Net Promoter Score or a CSAT measurement that may be incentivized. um, it's all here. Like, look, new to selling. Perfect example. Looking for help to authentic a Gucci hoodie. They want to authenticate this hoodie, this Gucci, made in Italy, with this screwy screen print, right? That is not authentic. But if you could eagle eye this thing that's trained on this particular colorway, this particular item number, like, I doubt there's an item on here anywhere. Many people have seen it, but only two people have. Yeah. And, you know, helpful, I like, rather than a solution, because the solution is, you know, seemingly for all time. The, the language in the complaint, and the language in the answer, um, they should evolve. They should grow with the feature. And one of the ML ops challenges for product teams is maintaining a dynamic relationship between what the customer experiences what the feature embodies and what the team doing the product think and say and do with it. Like, you know, you can have a lot of helpful Atlassian stuff, I think. Anyway, that's not exactly the purpose. They do badges. What are their badges? Anniversary badges. Yeah, I don't think you can do challenges or any stuff like that. Like, is this a bug? So I want to check in technical issues. Well, let's go here. This is the Team Edition bot. I need to get the other one. Bring that up. Let me bring that up. Let me call that up. Call up the Auction Edition Chorus Community bot. What is it? Did I copy it? Can it find some? I've been having some issues with this particular GPT. I just started on this today, an hour ago, which is why I wanted to hack together. You are my rubber duck today. ChatGPT is my business partner. Interesting. How would they be tagged? I don't know. I don't know this Kyle. Not my Kyle. But let's see. What do they have in common? There's just not that. I don't see. It just puts them. Yeah. So yeah, the RSS feed is kind of what gave me the idea. Not this RSS feed, but Atlassian's is what gave me the idea, or helped inspire me to do something more. let's go back to the Atlassian one. We're talking to Chompy. Let's talk to Jira Counselor. So Jira Counselor, it's another fun GPT. Jira Counselor is my therapist. Okay. Jira Counselor helps me reconcile the old world with the new world. Like the problem, like with the two-sided coin, Jira used to mean exclusively Jira server. It became like a distinction between on demand or Jira, basically still the same. And then it became cloud. And then the chasm began to grow. Jira Data Center came on. And then there was a little bit more kind of differentiation and distinction. Mostly still, though, server, data center, feature-wise, product-wise, right down to all of the Java classes. Same. But now, we've got cloud. And less and less we have data center. We don't have server anymore. It's past February 15 now. We're March. Server's still running out there for some people. It's still going. It's still chugging. It's still Jira. It still has issues. It still, does the things that they test you for to become a Jira admin with a certification. But how you do them are very different. How you will continue to do them is going to also change and evolve. Jira Counselor helps me bridge that divide between worlds. Having a really deep, meaningful conversation with this bot, looking at things that are paradigms that have been deprecated, ways of working that we don't support anymore, that I can free myself from. I can liberate myself from some of the old serverisms, right? Relinquish that. All the effort and attention paid to backup and restore, service continuity, operational and functional availability are very different today. And necessarily. And they're going to keep growing and changing. So having some practical advice, it's nice to read, even if it's not exactly actionable or isn't going to help a customer. I'm hoping by embracing this pipelining, we can get back, I can get to a point where I reclaim my time from the deep thinking and analysis and gear grinding to come up with these steps, consulting my bookshelf, writing notes, doing things in a old-fashioned way. It's not the 80s, it's not the 90s, it's 2024, y'all. And we're on the verge of a revolution, a knowledge and info revolution. I've been responsible for call centers, call center agents, the equipment, the workflows, the scripts, the telecommunications service that they were even calling about. um, those paradigms, like the server paradigms, those paradigms are going to live a very short life. Your call center agents who have a script to follow and like um, a deterministic chart, cause and effect, branched if statements. A GPT can do all of the branching necessary in a fraction of the time with uniform tone. It never gets tired, and it can always learn and evolve without having to be trained and fed. Y'all, this is the way forward. And I want to do more of it. If you want to join me, I'd love to know. Um, we're all problem solvers. We're all scientists. And we all want each other to do better, have better, and do more. And this is a major, major leap. Oh, this is interesting. Let's get Chompy back in here to look at number 1. How does... Oh, I think Chompy knows about it too. Matt, shout out to you. Matt Dorr, in his Practical Jira Administration book, it's for a long time what I would go to, what I would reach for. Before there was a Jira certification exam, there was Matt's book. And after, probably, there's no longer a Jira certification exam, there will be Matt's book. And it will have carved in stone in it the paradigms that live on in whatever version of Jira exists in the future. The issue, the board, the group, the project, the organization. And you can quote me on that. So, anything concrete? That's very interesting. That's very interesting. I'm going to share the link to this chat in the chat because I want it to be there. posterity. I'm gonna call it because I've had only the 0 viewers, and so I'm gonna drop the pink hand and trumpet. I would do this again.